Hi, I'm Dr. Pompa, creator of the True Cellular Detox program. If you're watching this video, there is no doubt you either have brain fog or the loss of energy, most likely both. And look, in this video, I'm going to show you why that is, but more importantly, I'm going to give you a solution. If you were like me, you've probably tried everything with these types of things, especially low energy, right? There's so many different products out there marketing to low energy, but ultimately it really is dealing with the symptom of low energy, and we get lower and lower and lower because we never really got to the cause. But I'm going to say this, I'm passionate about this subject. Yes, I had brain fog from a nearly perfect photographic memory to where I couldn't even think my way out of a wet paper bag. Is that really a saying today? I don't know, but I'm using it now because no way to describe my brain going from where it was to this frustrating thing where literally I just felt like I couldn't think. It was even more than just short-term memory loss. I just felt like I was in a fog. But yeah, I had no energy. And again, I came from a trained athlete who could bike 100 miles to literally where I wasn't even able to exercise anymore. So I know a lot about that, and yes, that brings me passion. But my passion is also because both of these are signs of something way more important. On the brain fog side, you realize short-term memory loss is the start of most Alzheimer's and dementia. It's the first sign. It literally is the first symptom. And it's happening in people in their 40s today. So it's happening younger and younger. In low energy, what we might call chronic fatigue, or just simply I have no energy anymore, is the start of most diseases, including cancer. So these symptoms really go deeper and get me more passionate about this topic than just me going through them myself, because it is where a lot of my problems started. But look, I want to empower you with knowledge here, because I know that if I give you the knowledge and the understanding of how toxins are really the root cause of these problems, and getting rid of toxins is a solution. If I give you this power, then I know that I'm going to get you to take action and move forward. And ultimately, that's how I got my life back, thousands of others now as well. And ultimately, it's going to affect you. Look, you have to do something completely different to get a different result. I think you would agree with that. I'm going to go back to this board because I think that's going to be the best way that I can get you to understand how removing toxins is the key. Now, I want to say this as well. I want to say that it's not just about removing toxins, but I think you would agree with me here that there are so many different things out there right now, right? It's detox this, it's cleanse that, the juice cleanse, the liver cleanse, the colon cleanse. We've heard them all, right? So this is in vogue right now, but I'm going to say this and you're going to hear me hopefully say it many times. You won't get well until you fix the cell. Now let's be even more specific. In this case, you will not get well until you detox the cell. All right, let's start here, because I think we've all heard that inflammation is the cause of things like Parkinson's, dementia, Alzheimer's, even cancer. Inflammation is even a cause now of why people can't lose weight. So we think about that and we hear that, but what does it actually mean? Because we know inflammation in our knee or our sore back, we get that inflammation. But more specifically, it's inflammation of the cell that is really the problem. Now, let me pull it even in closer for you, because I think you would agree, our brains work because of certain chemical messengers. Our brains work because of certain hormones, things like cortisol, things like adrenaline, all of these things. There's even brain chemicals that help us remember things. However, they're all for nothing unless these things, these chemical messengers or hormones, can come in and attach to a cell receptor and then get its message in the cell. Okay, so my point is, you could have all the perfect hormones and chemicals that do all these things, but if this inflammation blunts these receptors, then guess what? Your cells don't work right. More importantly for you, you don't feel right. Your brain doesn't work, and nothing seems to work. Or it works and then it doesn't. You know, we've all taken these little things and go, oh, okay, that seems to work, and then it's not. And then we're on to the next thing, on to the next thing. Look, if we don't get upstream to the thing that's causing it, we're not going to solve the problem. We have to get these hormones and messengers getting into the cell. Toxins are the number one thing that's driving the inflammation that's blocking these chemical messengers in hormones so we feel normal and we can think normal. Now, I am going to take this to the next step. I don't expect you to learn some new biochemistry here, but for a minute, I'm going to have you draw from your past experience in your biology class. Can you do that for me? I promise you, you're not going to get lost, okay? I wish you could ask me questions. Okay, every cell has something called a mitochondria. Stay with me. That is the powerhouse of the cell. That's where we make cell energy. And for those of you who are going, I remember that, of course I do. You had more biology maybe. There's something called ATP. That's the cell gasoline, okay? But I don't need you to know that. All I need you to know is this. What's happening today, because of so many different toxins, is yes, we're inflaming this membrane, interfering with our hormones, which is causing a lot of people not to feel well. However, these toxins are also causing inflammation of this mitochondrial membrane where we make cell energy. And when that happens, cell energy goes down. When cell energy goes down, I promise you this, increase in brain fog. Your brain does not work right. It's that simple. Matter of fact, lower energy, lower brain function. As a matter of fact, we know this, as low energy goes down, even your digestion gets worse. Can you believe that? We need this cell energy for everything. Coffee is not the answer to this cell energy. So what we need to do is remove these toxins to ultimately increase the cell energy. However, when this cell energy drops, believe it or not, you get more toxic at the cellular level. So you see what happens? Cell energy, more toxic, more inflammation. You see, so it's this negative feedback loop that happens if we don't remove the toxins. So we have to remove the toxins, but we have to do it at the cellular level. It's not the downstream things that we're taking, like a colon cleanse, that are the answer. I'm going to show you that in a minute. Okay, this is key. Okay, so keep that in your mind because I'm going to take it now to the brain, which ultimately is the answer. All right, there's your cell again, right? Now, in this True Cellular Detox program, I think this is going to show you why this detox is so different, okay? This is how I got my life back, but we upregulate cell function. What you'll hear me say again and again is that there's three components to what real detox is, or in this case, True Cellular Detox, right? One of the components is we have to get the cells doing what they do naturally. Scientists get this. Cellular detox, real detox has to be this. Our cells are meant to get rid of toxins. If they didn't, we would be dead. However, when these toxins start building up in our cells, this is when we just don't feel well. And this is when things just don't work anymore. We need to get rid of the toxins. However, when we upregulate this cell function in detox, many of the toxins then are brought to our liver, right? What about our gut, right? Many of the toxins are brought into our gut. How about our kidneys? Okay, those look like bananas or something. I don't know that those look like kidneys, but you get my point, I hope. So the toxins get removed from the cell to these downstream detox pathways and hopefully all the way out of the body. That's where True Cellular Detox. So I show you this to prove this point. A colon cleanse. I like to call those poopers, okay? Because they just kind of make us go. That could actually be pretty important. We want that colon to be open and going, okay? But point is it's not up here. This is where the major problem is. These toxins here are the problem, okay? We want this pathway open, and True Cellular Detox wants that open too. We want the liver open. Maybe you've heard of a coffee enema or a liver cleanse. That works here. So we want these things moving out, but ultimately you have to get here. You have to fix the cell and detox the cell to get well. Now, I said I was going to say that again and again, so hopefully you got that. But I want to bring it here. I'm going to make an attempt to draw a human. All right. Now, that's pretty good. There's a head there. You can understand. If I put an eye there, it's more important in a little mouth. However, that may be the best head I've ever drawn. Camera guy, that was a good head, don't you think? The brain. I draw this to show you that. Okay. These are cells. Obviously, we've heard of brain cells, right? But when we're dealing with brain fog, you can see that this is a major area. I can tell you this personally. I really didn't get my brain better until I got the toxins out of here. So yes, we want to fix the cell, but these are the cells that are really bombarded today with chemical interference to our brain. When we look at conditions like Parkinson's, and I can go right down the list, I can tell you this, most of it's linked to toxins driving inflammation here. That's the key. If we don't remove that, there is no permanent solution to any of these conditions. And the scary part is most of these conditions start with simple short-term memory, brain fog, and a drop in energy. That's what I said is my real passion, and I mean it, because this is the answer. If we can get these cells detoxing and move these safely out of the body, which True Cellular Detox does, that's the key. You remove the interference, the body does the healing. It's not rocket science, but this is it. Look, there is 3 components to True Cellular Detox. One, I told you, we have to get the cell doing what it does, and that's detoxing naturally. And we have systems for that have been developed over years. Number 2, we want to keep these downstream detox pathways open. Yes, because we don't want these toxins building back up. However, there is the 3rd component is where we're using true binders here at the cell and even in the gut to make sure these toxins are moving all the way out. 3 components, 3 phases that you're going to learn. Number 1, there's a prep phase where we prepare the cell in the detox pathways. Number 2, there's a body phase, and this is where I want you to listen. The 3rd is this, the brain phase. That's the key. Now look, you're going to want to go to the practitioner where you got this video from and say, I need this program. I need True Cellular Detox. But he may recommend 2 tests that I would say absolutely you should get these 2 tests and even start there. Number 1 is there's a test that looks at cellular inflammation. That's important, right? Because that's why your hormones and all these brain transmitters aren't connecting into the cell. That's why you don't feel well. But there's also another test that you take to see how toxic you are. Pretty important place to start. But look, this program is more than just tests. This program teaches you, empowers you to what True Cellular Detox is. I can tell you this, it changed my life. If you devote yourself to this program, it's going to change your life. And I'm going to make another promise. You're going to want to turn your friends and family onto it as well. Because this is the answer to an epidemic of why people don't feel well today, why people's brains aren't working well, why people have low energy. This is the real answer. So take action. I hope this is enough knowledge to get you to take action. So go ask your practitioner for the program and the test, and I'll see you in True Cellular Detox program. See you there.